when you buy like a premium insurance policy, you kind of expect bulletproof protection.
Right, yeah. You pay the premium and you just assume you're covered.
Exactly. I mean, if a pipe bursts or a tree falls on your roof, the policy catches you. It's a guaranteed safety net.
It's basically a contractual thing. You do X and you are, completely protected from Y.
But what happens when an ancient religious text promises you that exact same bulletproof coverage, and then you look at the absolute chaos of your real life and, well, you realize the policy just bounced?
That's a really rough realization.
It really is. So welcome to today's deep dive. Today we're exploring a set of devotional notes for August 3rd, 2026, and they place this ancient promise of absolute safety right next to a heartbreaking modern story.
Yeah, and our mission for you today is to unpack how people actually reconcile these massive cosmic promises with the really messy reality of human suffering.
So where do we even start with this?
Well, the tension really starts with the source text for these notes, which comes from the ancient prophetic book of Ezekiel, specifically chapter 34.
Right, where God promises this literal covenant of peace for Israel.
Exactly. And the scope of this promise is massive. I mean, the text explicitly says, wild beasts will be banished, perfect showers of blessing will fall.
Which sounds like idyllic.
Right. It also says the yokes of enslavers will be broken and the people will never again suffer hunger or be mocked by other nations.
See, this is exactly what I meant about the insurance policy earlier. Famine, covered. Wild animal attacks, covered.
Geopolitical threats are totally covered too.
Right. But how is a modern reader actually supposed to process a guarantee like that? Because, I mean, if you look out the window, that level of material security just doesn't exist.
No, it really doesn't. And I think that's what makes the notes for August 3rd so jarring.
Yeah, because the author puts these ancient guarantees right next to a story where that exact policy just seems to fail completely.
Utterly fail. The notes share this reflection about a Korean man who, had a really stable, established life in Korea.
But then he moved, right?
Yeah. Trusting an acquaintance, he moved his entire family to the U.S., basically just to give his kids a better future.
Which any parent would want.
Exactly. But then that same friend just vanished with all their business funds.
Oh, man. That is so awful. So it was just total fraud.
Yeah, total fraud. They lost everything right out of the gate. The home, the business, all of it gone.
Wow. And they were just stuck in the U.S.?
Well, the family is stranded there, but the father actually had to return to Korea alone.
You're kidding.
No, and now he works 3 jobs on minimal sleep just to, send money back to his family.
That is just brutal. And honestly, it creates a glaring contradiction with the text.
Right, because Ezekiel explicitly promises protection from beasts.
Exactly. It states they will no more be a prey. Yet, this family was completely devoured by a financial predator. I mean, if I'm reading this, I'm thinking the contract is completely broken.
Yeah, you're definitely not alone in feeling that way. But rather than victim blaming, saying, well, he should have been more careful with his investments.
Right, which people love to do.
They do, but the author of the notes does something completely different to bridge that gap. They pivot to a very specific identity established in that same Ezekiel text.
Which is what exactly?
The text says, "You are my sheep, human sheep of my pasture."
Wait, but if the author refuses to victim blame, where does that actually leave the victim? Are they just supposed to accept that they're a sheep and somehow feel better about losing their life savings?
It's more about changing the expectation of the relationship. I mean, think about it. A sheep doesn't have a 401k or a fortress.
Or like a legal team to sue the fraudster?
Right, exactly. By shifting the focus to the identity of a sheep, the author shifts the nature of the promise itself. It's no longer a guarantee of physical material safety.
Because a sheep isn't expected to fight off wolves or navigate the wilderness alone.
Right. A sheep's only real security is the proximity of the shepherd.
Ah, I see. So the application shifts entirely from guaranteed material prosperity to guaranteed companionship.
Precisely. The author's response to this tragedy is simply to pray that the God who calls them my sheep will actually walk with and care for this suffering man in the midst of his pain.
So the deep comfort of these texts isn't, the promise of a pain-free life.
No, it's the assurance of a faithful shepherd's continuous presence.
That really reframes the entire insurance concept we started with. Like, maybe the policy isn't about preventing your house from burning down.
Right, is guaranteeing that someone will be standing right beside you in the ashes.
Yeah, helping you carry the weight of rebuilding. You don't have to face the dark valleys alone.
Exactly.
That's a super powerful takeaway. So we want to leave you with a final thought to mull over today.
Yeah, take a look at the burdens you are currently trying to carry all by yourself.
And ask yourself, how might your perspective on your own struggles change today if you allowed yourself to step out of the role of the shepherd in your life and simply accepted being the sheep?